video tutorial, I'd like to tell you about how can you create your own HTML, CSS and JavaScript compiler. So before starting, let me show the demo of this particular video. You can just say this is my HTML editor and I have considered some table name along with an h3 tag, and there is some CSS added to this thing. So as soon as I click run, this particular tables get highlighted. So let me first write. Okay guys, now let me use some styling elements inside here. Let me write color to be red. You can just see the color has been red, and font size to be 1.4 rem. Now you can just see it has been extended. The same thing will be writing here. So tbody tr td. Let's start with the color to be as red. Let me run this thing. You can just see the entire color has been red. So guys, in this video we will learn how can we make a compiler, an HTML, CSS and JavaScript compiler. So guys, let's get started. So before starting with this project, you can see I've already considering here a blank template, and in order to create your own compiler you must install certain libraries, and in this case I'll be using CodeMirror. It's an based compiler which can consist of all the Java, PHP, HTML, C++. These are the languages that are built in to this compiler. So for installing the CodeMirror library, I'll be using npm install CodeMirror, as I've already installed Node.js in my system. But if you want to install the zip file, you can just follow this link given here, and you can come here and click on this zip file, and you'll be able to proceed with further part of this project. So guys, first let me install this CodeMirror, then I'll get back to you. Now before getting started with CodeMirror, we have to include certain files. So first let's include that file. First one will be a style sheet file, and remember guys, all the files, if you want to install using npm, or if you have got a zip file, you'll find in CodeMirror folder. So in my case it is in node modules, CodeMirror library, CodeMirror CSS. This is the style sheet. Now let me include some script file. It is still here, CodeMirror library, CodeMirror JS. So these two files are the main file which will tell the browser that you have already installed the CodeMirror in your website. Now let me include some custom JS file. Okay, now make it style sheet of this thing. Let me write here href css. There is a custom css. Now guys, you can just see it's a blank template, nothing is there. So first let us complete the front end structure. Okay, let me copy it two more times. Now text area of id html editor. Now let me copy this two more times. Okay, now just change the id. Okay, now use a button assigning a class of btn and I'm to run the command, and let me create a iframe id of code result with a id of code result with a 100% frame border to be as 0 slash of iframe. Okay guys, this is the front end part of this project, right? There are three text area along with a button and an iframe. I've done frame border to be 0, so you're not able to see the iframe, but this is the main thing. Now first let us move to the JS file. So far we have just completed with the front end. Now let's see the JavaScript part of this website. So I'm using document.ready function and I'm implementing jQuery. So let's start working with the code mirror editor. So let's say variable editor equals to code mirror dot from text area dollar comma hash html editor, and we need to pass certain parameters. So line numbers, I want that to be true. Mode, I want HTML. Mix, theme, there's another thing, first theme. So let me first copy the name of the theme. It's Monokai. So let me run this thing. Okay guys, you are able to see the theme has been implemented, but let me first complete with the logic part, then I'll start with designing. So the next thing is CS editor, and there's an ID of CSS editor and CSS. Another thing is the JavaScript editor. So use CS editor, and let me change the mode to be as JavaScript. Okay guys, So all the three text editor are loaded in code mirror. Now first let us go to the wrapper class, which is holding these three text areas. So I want that display to be a grid, grid, template column, 4FR, 4FR, and 4FR. You can make it repeat 3 times 4FR, and grid auto rows. I want min max 200 px. So min max to be as 200. You can just see there's min max of 200 in each of the grid columns. Now let me work with the grid box, that is box 1. You can just see I'll make a unique identifier for each of them. So grid column 1 is to 3 and grid row of 1 is to 3. Okay, now you can just see 200 max and it has come here. Now let us work with the button display block width of 20%, padding of 10 px, okay, margin of 0, background color of, make it pale, and text color to be black. Okay, now let us rerun this thing. You can just see a button has been there. Now just remove the border, and I don't want the outline. Okay guys, now you can just see there is no border and outline. The last thing is we need to work with this code result. So make it a code result, iframe width of 100%, height of, make it 500 px, margin to be as 0, okay, margin to be as 0, and background to be as, make it this. Okay guys, you can just see the background has been added here. Now let's see if we can implement this thing in the body tag. Okay, so you can just see it has come in a right track. Now the design part is ready. Now let us work with the iframe. So I'm using variable doc equals to document dot get element by id. My iframe name is code result, and I'm using content window dot document. Okay guys, now let us consider HTML output. So the main function for this is that it will hold the HTML content and display in the iframe or the main output window. Okay, so let's see. Let me use this variable out equals to backtick. Let me first initialize the template, HTML file template. So let me paste this here, and I'll be using no blank space. Okay guys, now I'll be considering another variable known as footer and copy the rest of the code. Okay, now let me delete this thing. Let me write here HTML code. Okay, so far so good. We are already ready with the HTML. Okay guys, so far so good. We are ready with the HTML editor. So what can we do here is take the HTML editor of 0. Okay, let me copy this thing on this HTML editor of 0. Now dot inner HTML and using out plus footer. Not adding guys, actually it is an concatenation operator in JavaScript. So let me run this thing. Okay, document is here, out is here. Okay, out. Okay, okay. Now we need to work with this thing. Button editor. And first, let me copy this thing and let me paste it above this thing so that it gets run on startup. Okay, guys, you can just see it is running the HTML code. So first, let me align this thing on it. Okay, okay, guys, it is working. Okay, guys, it is working here. Okay, so it is working. Now, now we have to work with this button part. So I'll be saying dollar dot button dot on on click dot event. Okay. Now I'll be testing this HTML output. Remember this, the HTML output here equals to the editor dot get value plus I am appending style with plus plus slash of style. This will be CSS editor dot get value. Now another thing is we have to use script type equals to text slash JavaScript using a plus ending the script. Okay, now this will be JS, it will be JS editor dot get value. Okay guys, now our HTML output has been ready. But we need to place this HTML output to the iframe. So let's do that. Doc dot open. Now we want to write something to the document, and that is the HTML output, and doc dot close. Okay, so let's see. This alignment actually can be done, but let's see whether it is working or not. Hello world. Okay, now this is the CSS code. H3 closing the bracket. So font size of 6 rem, color to be as red. Sorry for the Windows pop-up. Font size 6 rem, color red, and make it display inline. Border bottom to be as 1px solid black. Now let's run this thing. You can just see a text has been displayed when I execute this particular HTML code. Now, so far we have just CSS part is working, but let's see if I add a button listener for the JavaScript code to be generated. So let's say just written here, click me. Okay, first let me run this thing. You can just see click me have already come here. Now we'll be just using this document dot get element by id. It will be button dot add event. So let me run this thing once again. I think so there's some syntax problem. Okay, let me inspect this thing. DOCO. Okay, there's some problem with the syntax. Okay, no worry. Fix this thing here. I'm using button. Okay, now let me run this thing. You can just see the JavaScript part is also working. So guys, this was all about the compiler which you can make with Code Mirror. So guys, if you like the video, please share and subscribe, and please comment on the comment section. Thank you guys.